Oops. Sketchbook tour. This is my first official sketchbook. I did have one before this, but I wouldn't count that as completed since it was essentially an old school book thing that we had for art class, which was mandatory, that has like some of my personal sketches in the last few pages. Maybe one day I'll do a tour of that, but that is even more embarrassing than this one, and this is already pretty embarrassing. So we're gonna see. If you see any sticky notes, that is probably personal information that I've covered up. The first page started in 2021. I finished it 2023 November. I'm pretty sure based off of November 13th, 2023. So this first page was my attempt at doing welcome to the sketchbook that I saw a lot of people do on YouTube, but I never ended up finishing it, which is why it looks like this. Yes, wrote sketchbook number 2, technically sketchbook number 1. These were my attempts at getting better. There will be dates throughout. Also, the quality really picks up at one point when it starts getting thick, so around right here, just when I got better when I start doing like interactive sketchbook stuff, which if you've ever seen my current sketchbook, I do that quite a lot, practically every page, so it'll pick up at some point. This was a character that I do have. I don't really draw much anymore. I was playing Cookie Run a lot at the time, so we have Crepe Cookie, Strawberry Crepe. This was a friend's drawing. She draws another page later on. This was for planning for a digital drawing, which I eventually did. I put it up on the screen. I got my first alcohol markers. I got these 4 colors, and I was testing them out. Didn't really know how to use them. Yeah. More Cookie Run. I think this is supposed to be Madoka Magica, Monica, Mimikyu, because I have a little Lego Mimikyu. If I find it, I'll put it here. Among Us was very popular at the time, if you couldn't tell. Pomegranate Cookie. This was the Death Eater symbol. It was practiced because my little sister was a Death Eater at one point for Halloween, so I used a Sharpie and put it on her arm. I know that it's not good. We did not have any other markers, and it was one time, but don't do that. This was one of the first drawings of my character Cove, who looks very different now. He first appeared in the first sketchbook that I had. I'm trying out watercolor, bunch of planning and stuff. This was, I guess, the first thing for D&D that I ever created, which is pretty funny because I have my D&D character today, Dax, who looks vaguely similar to this, that I draw quite a lot. Random things, another friend. Future swatch page. It was totally not because I ended up skipping some pages, as you can see, by accident. What's this? I don't know, I think that was to prevent smudging. I tried out colored pencils, which I got. It was supposed to color the other 2, but I found out when doing this one that they smudged pretty hard with normal pencil, so I didn't end up doing that. Hollow Knight. I got into Hollow Knight as well, and you can see a lot of little sketches of Hollow Knight characters, which eventually became the 2 that I have now. This Pale King. This was based off of an art someone else did for a Hollow Knight music video for the Pale King song. If I find it, I'll put it here as well. Some stream layout stuff that I never ended up doing because I don't have much time to stream. This was near the end of the school year, so it was random school doodles. This was that friend, that was the other page she did. Hand practicing, I guess. Friend again. I tried to do line art. As you can see, it didn't get much better. I still don't like doing line art. I usually just clean up my sketches or just do a clean sketch. These were like real life practicing, drawing from the friends. She was the one that did the pages, by the way. Yes, Among Us. I drew me and my friends in Among Us. This was supposed to be me because I'm usually blue with the snowman on top. I don't think I drew my friends in Among Us here, but I did do digital art of all of us. Again, trying alcohol markers. I got a bigger set, so that was fun. This one. My first actual character that I gave a name, Anaya. She has changed a lot since here and here. It's crazy. But yeah, I still draw her, still one of my main characters. I think this was me just trying to do line art again. Did the same thing multiple times again. This is another character of mine, Aiden. Still draw him as well. More Anaya. Her original color scheme here was supposed to be blue. I was going to color her here when I drew it, but I ran out of my blue highlighter, which is a big change compared to now because her color scheme is very, very orange based. Like, she's literally a darker orange. I think it happened when I tried to draw her digitally. I think it was a redraw of this one digitally. And I did a blue and I really didn't like it. So, and I made it orange later on. Same friend again. It's smudged here, so I didn't do anything. This is June 2024, 2022 at this point. More for I started playing Sky Children of the Light. I did this digitally. First drawing of Anaya's girlfriend, who became Kay. Still draw her as well. I forgot which spirit this is, but because I joined Sky Children of the Light in the Season of the Abyss, so you can see a lot of the cackling cannoneer around. Forget the spirit's name, but drew them too. I got colored pencils. I was trying them out again. This was garlic and egg. These are all off of Pinterest, by the way. I think the fruits from earlier were as well. This was made by someone else, so it's smudged here. These colored pencils smudge quite a bit. This was idea for some character, and then a joke thing I did with my friend. Yes, it's reference to Hamilton. It's more Sky Children Light. This was when art fight started. This was my first year ever doing art fight. So this is the first year. So what I did is I did a bunch of different character drawings, and I only did like some of them. The only characters that of the sketches here, which I didn't submit, that I turned into actual attacks digitally and submitted on, was this one. I didn't do any of these. I think this was crayons I got at a restaurant. So I only turned those out of all these sketches into attacks. If you want to find them, they're on my art vibe, but I'm not going to show them because I don't really like them. There we go. Maybe they're uncomfortable. This was the first development for my Hollow Knight character, this guy, whose design I did change. It looks more like this now in the adult version instead of that, who would turn into Nasir. Griot didn't exist yet. Oh, then I turned this one digital, this one digital. I didn't do anything else. Cove as well. I think these were Splatoon doodles. Then I did a mass attack for Hollow Knight, so all of these got turned into the attack and they moved. I'll put them up if I see all of this. Is there more? No. I don't know, I just decided to write about going to the doctor's office. This is when the Splatoon 3 trailer came out. As you saw before, I like Splatoon 2 quite a lot, so I was very, very excited when Splatoon 3 came out. Drew Shiver and Fry. These were the only two skin tone-esque colored pencils that I did, but luckily enough they fit. Yes, he's lopsided. I did not realize it when I did it. Trying alcohol markers again. I didn't like that one, but I covered it up with a ghost thing because it matches him. It leaked through. More drugs. I actually like this one. I don't know. I quite like them. This one is the crayons from before. I was trying to use them. They smudged. Actually, they didn't end up smudging. There used to be paper here to prevent me from smudging. I don't like that at all. Cookie run again. This was snake cookie, if I remember. Yeah, snake fruit cookie. This was cacao cookie, cappuccino cookie. It's with a C. This was supposed to be from the song where I'm the righteous hand of God, but I horribly misspelled that. I don't know if it even shows up on camera. I still like this drawing. The head is a bit misshapen, I think, but it's nice. This is a potential OC. Never really developed her story or design, but I like to doodle her occasionally. I guess it's for future OC development. Shiver, except she's giving a mean stink eye. What was this? Oh, I think this was me noting down the colors. This was supposed to be a redraw of an old drawing that I did, I think back in 2020, which I'll put it on screen. I think even this sketch, because I never ended up finishing it or doing it digitally, really shows the anatomy improvement. I tried out acrylic paint. I love words. That's when you make it from memory. I am so sorry. I just remembered she has pigtails and I had no idea what to do with her bangs, so I just did something. This is an OC dragonfly thing. I like to sketch him occasionally. He doesn't have much of a story written down. Again, it's all in my head. I do want to redesign him some point soon, because he's fun, I think, his character. These are two of my friends. What is this? This is the new school year, September 2022. Oh my gosh, I drew on the actual paper. No way, that never happens. Actually, it happened a lot in the sketchbook. It never happens now. I usually draw on other papers since then. Another thing, Nice Girlfriend K. Something under there I didn't like, so I covered it. I was playing with highlighters. More Splatoon. Shiver. I do like to draw Shiver. It's Halloween, so I had to draw Halloween things. These are some Friends OCs. I think this was supposed to be a redraw of the Moon Lady earlier. Didn't really end up looking like her at all. I think the other one was better. This was... My friend had these two like fidget slug kind of things, so I drew them here and then I wanted to do the third thing, so I did the snail. This was joke with my cousin for Splatoon. This as well, yes. It's because we always joked about whenever someone would use the dabbing animation for the victory in Splatoon 3, so this was a joke about that. Splatoon, Children of the Light. That was supposed to be a cat, I did it without reference, same for this one. I don't think they'd be very successful. Hollow Knight. I was trying to create a Hollow Knight character with many difficulties. I can use my words. Because I did not like how they were turning out, so you can see many variations. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Because I was struggling. I also got a purple pen, which I had a lot of fun with. Yeah. Same. These were... What is that? From Post-it? No. These were mock-ups I did for this clothing workshop I did, where I made pajama pants, which actually look like these. They're in the wash right now, but I'll put a picture up of what they look like. I also didn't... This shirt was also in the works. I still have the pieces together, but the workshop... I didn't get to finish sewing them together during the workshop, and I don't really have a sewing machine. I mean, we do, but it's older than me, so it doesn't work very well. So I didn't get to finish that part, but I do have the fabric. Madoka here, Splatoon, Sky Children of the Light. I did this one digitally. Kirby. Was having fun with playing with pens, and then with highlighters afterwards, because it can make it bleed, which can be fun for the shadow there. I tried to do like a sticky note thing, so they're supposed to be my OCs, but because I did them mainly with pen first, I don't like how they're supposed to look out, but these... Oh, there's a third Dragonfly character, but I guess they're not there. These two are Dragonfly, Kei, Anaya, the Jiangxi character, Aiden, this random character that I draw with highlighters sometimes. I don't know. It has really bright colors, so I guess that's why. Doesn't have a name. Future OC. This was supposed to be fan art, but I never finished it. That was Link. Didn't like how it turned out. Cult of the Lamb. Oh my gosh, I tried to do how the lamb looks like in game. I do a lot of Cult of the Lamb fan art now, so I feel kind of bad about how this looks. That was supposed to be Shiver as well. I don't know when these are from either, but I remember it was when I was drawing these. I was looking for some paper and I found this, and I had no idea how old it was. The paper is not yellowed, it's not that old, it was just beige paper, but it was the longest time, so I'm pretty sure it was like last school year. It's 2023 now. And I and K as well. More Hollow Knight. So I think this was the first drawing I did of Griot. Well, his name is now Griot, and this was more development of who would become Nasir. I think I watched this animatic where someone did like humanized versions of the Hollow Knight and the Radiance, if I remember correctly, and it was really cool, so I was inspired by this, but I did not have a reference from how they did the characters when I drew it, so it was kind of improvised. K again, Sky Children of the Light, Link, Sky Children of the Light, more Link. What else? Oh, I like this page a lot still. I got this like really little pen with multiple colors. It's like this big. Where is it? I'm pretty sure I still have it. I've had to stop using it as much because I'm afraid that the colors will run out. Sorry, not the color, the ink. Hold on. Aha! There it is. It's this thing. So I used it to do this. Actually, not that one. These two, this one, and this, and the other Ancient Forest from Splatoon that you'll see later. And all of these. I really like it. I should use it again. I mean, it's from Walmart, so I guess if it runs out, I can get more. It's kind of graphite-y from being in my pencil case for since 2023. Crazy. So yeah, Skytron Light, a lot of it. This guy's still cute. This was like for Charm that I never ended up making. This was Skytron of the Light here as well. That was supposed to be the Elders from Memory. still like this. I never ended up coloring the hair because I think I was scared to ruin it. Little Buddy was done without reference because I did not know how his face looked like and I didn't want to ruin it by attempting to ink it. I don't even know who this guy is, but he appears many times throughout the sketchbook. I think for a while he was just the default first character I would draw. This was like some sketchbook of the light OCs, this same one, and this guy. Because sometimes I have two styles. I draw them in either with like the shape glowing eyes like they are in the game, or with like actual eyes like this. But they have a story. This guy's name is Caleb. This guy doesn't have a name, but they have a story. Yeah, this was notes on their story. Really need to develop it. Like, I have it in my mind, but I haven't written this one down. This was planned for some animations for some OCs for Art Fight. That I was planning for the future, I guess, but I never ended up making them. And what is this? Let's see. Yeah, this was notes for Griot. Well, a Hollow Knight character that would become Griot. There we go, that's Griot. He does not have a broken horn here anymore. He has both. I don't like how I drew his body. And this is also now on the other side. Other than that, yeah, that's about him. That's about what he looks like. This little scrappy doodle of Shiver, I think I was figuring out where I wanted the colors to be for there. Okay, this was where things start to pick up. And also, yes, I draw on the other sides of school sheets. Not the school sheets that I ever use in school, but like when I print something out that's extra, just to review for a test, and then I don't need the paper anymore, I draw on it. Or if it's some draft paper from someone else that they gave me. So, I don't draw my schoolwork. Not saying you shouldn't, you can if you want. Like, I just don't like to clutter my notes with that. This is Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service, because I think I watched it again recently. Trail Kid, Mushroom People, this was the Agent 4 I was talking about. Anyways, this was some Marie, Shiver, Fry, Callie, Big Man. This was Hornet, Little Ghost. I don't really like how I did this. I think this was reference off of a little ghost thing that Graphic Ginger did. I was trying to figure out how I wanted to draw a little ghost. Two characters me and my friend did. Sass, an Art Fight character. This is an Art Fight character that I thought looked really cool. Never did turn this into attack. I learned what Omori was, and that's what this was from. Yeah, I don't know how obvious it is. Griot, Splatoon, astronaut character. I've drawn her a couple times, even in my current sketchbook. I don't know, just one of those fun character doodles I like to do if I want to draw something spacey. Yes, like I said, Omori. I don't want to say too much because spoilers. Swap AU for Naya and Kay. This is what they would look like. I think I've drawn one more time since then, but it's just a fun what-if situation. Again, I was using this thing. This was Willow from memory. It does not look good. I apologize. This was more of the dragonfly characters, except they're not all dragonflies. This blue one specifically is a damselfly, and that's a whole thing. This is when the Soldier Poet King trend was going on. I remember wanting to do myself. I got Poet, by the way. But I never ended up, but this is supposed to be the sketch for the animatic that I never finished. Little Griot, you know, Omori and Gender Bent Omori that's in the beta game, but that never got it out. Highlighters, Griot. Yeah, this is pretty much what he looks like now. And he still has these weapons, except I draw them more curved. But those are kind of, I find it always really hard to draw them curved because I can never get them to be the right length, so I might go back to doing like this. Female Agent 8, Basil from memory, I'm so sorry again. This was more from looking at a reference. Young Anaya, except she doesn't look young, she looks like the same thing. This guy, you'll see him actually that's not him, so many times. I'm not sure what he's supposed to be again here. And just, again, one of those characters I like to draw just for fun. But he specifically is based off of the, like, I love you virus, if you know what it is. You can Google it. I'm not saying that viruses are a good thing, I just think it's pretty cool. Spare me with highlighters again. So this was Basil more from reference. I messed up the hair here. We don't talk about that. And this was, again, a random guy that I drew. For this one specifically, I remember I was drawing them because I finished my work in class, and the teacher came up to me. He was a really nice teacher. He was my technology teacher, and he asked, like, oh, is that anime? Is that manga? I didn't know what to tell him. So I guess my style used to be more sort of anime manga inspired. I don't know, it's hard to even quantify styles, but like, I just told him that it's my style, and he was like, oh, that's really cool. Anyways, more of I love you guy again. Cove! Yes, this is like more what he looks like. No. Sort of. I mean, I changed his hair, so it's no longer this. It's pretty long now, and I don't draw it as like blobs anymore. This was like a Skytrade the Light character. He doesn't really have a name, but I just made him for some reason. I think I wrote about his lore here. Essentially, he makes fireworks. There's no lore, I just drew him once here and then made up a story right there. Cackling Cannoneer. This is when the Side Order trailer came out, I think. So that's what that was. This is on a page of my sister's notebook. Thank you for letting me use it. Another drawing of the Swap AU. More Hollow Knight. A lot more Hollow Knight. I'm still trying to figure out what the heck I want the horns to be like. More development for those two Skytrade of the Light characters. Cope, I really like how this face came out, even now. Just a bunch of him. Yes, it's him being annoying right here. N for Murder Drones. This is more Hollow Knight stuff. More N, I guess. I watched Murder Drones here. I don't remember if this was when the pilot came out or the few other episodes, but I think at least 1 or 2 episodes other than the pilot had come out at this time when I did this. Basil, Shades. They're just fun to scribble in sometimes. So I was on an exchange, I think following here. I don't know exactly when it started. But at some point during this time, because I remember this paper was one that a person gave me to do it. Infected Vessel. Let's see, this was a redraw, this one specifically, of my first OC ever. I call her first OC, but technically that one was Anaya, because she was the first name one. Just the first character that I ever made, which was some raccoon girl with like black hair, she had raccoon ears, and a turquoise highlight in her hair. I made her on a pick crew. If I find the image, because I think I still have it, I'll put it on screen. Or I'll remake it, because I know which pick crew it was. And then I would try to draw her, which didn't go too well, because I didn't know how to draw at the time. Hollow Knight. Can't see what this is. I think it's more Murder Drones. It's upside down, but I'll flip it in post. What was this? I think this was plans for an animatic that I actually half made. I might actually remake it again fully. Little Ghost. Don't like how I did the body. It took me a while to get used to drawing Hollow Knight bodies. More drawings. Sketchbook of the Light. Here again. Just some elf lady. This was planning for like another OC world, for specifically these 3 guys, about how they would work logistically. I like this Cackling Cannoneer again. Cult of the Lamb. Yes, this is my first Cult of the Lamb drawing. I gave the lamb a tooth gap here because I thought it would be cute. It's like different, but not that different from how I draw them now. Although then I didn't know how to draw more like anthro characters, 'cause that's sort of how I draw lamb slash, you know, everyone else. Anthro slash furry characters, I guess. So I just drew them humanized. Captain Agent 3. I think it's supposed to be flipped. I didn't draw the wings. Yeah, I think. If you see that a lot, this one I wasn't sure about the date. Don't like that. I really, really like this one, even now. Even though like some of the arms are a bit wonky, one of my favorite drawings from the sketchbook ever. Expression Practice. I don't like that. Splatoon. I guess I like that head, how it turned out. And INK. Did this when I got back from the exchange. Hatsune Miku again. This was from memory as well, I think, but I remembered more what she looked like. This is when Tears of the Kingdom trailer came out as well, I think. So I had done this and then that, because you know Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. I drew her horns really long here. I think it was just for stylistic. And I think it looks nice enough. Just how would you go through a door? And I put the lines because I was trying to practice cross-hatching. I think I watched a Lavender Town video on that and I wanted to do it. More planning. Sketchbook of the Light. Jellyfish head. I'm not sure what I was doing there. Oh yeah, this was the first drawing that became Remy. Fun fact, another character of mine that I draw a lot now. More Cult of the Lamb doodles. This was supposed to be of Caleb, the Sketchbook of the Light character from earlier, because he becomes a spirit. I was trying to do the spirit colors, but it didn't really turn out. Just a silly joke about when followers ask you to give This was just a silly joke about when followers ask you to give them poo in Cult of the Lamb. I think I drew a wolf. I think I drew a fox person here specifically because it was my fox follower that first asked me to give them poo when I was playing the game. Yeah, these were the first drawings of a random ghost character that would become. Anyways, these were the first drawings of the first ghost character that this was just random, that would become Remy. And I remember I drew this and I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if this ghost was Kay's roommate? And we go from there. More planning. Murder drones, I think. I think that was when the episode where Uzi gets like the wings and the tail and stuff came out. It's Aiden, different character, doesn't have a name, just posing, little Remy. This was another character, I don't have a name for them either, but it's from that same fish one. This, I found out what Rain World was, so this was when Rain World Downpour came out, so I drew, I don't know which, I forget the slug cat's name, but the one that throws the bombs with the one that throws the bombs as human. I gave them all human designs. Again from the fish one, because they have past and future designs. Dragonfly character. I say fish one, it's just the universe. It's just linked to the sea. That's why I call it that. You might have seen them earlier from there as well. There too. This is from an animatic I never did, I think. Oh, whenever you see something like this, I went to Michael's and I used their supplies and then I take it home. This was Aiden. I remember I regretted coloring the background because then it made it too dark and you can see the lines. I love you guy again. Anaya. This is just a doodle of someone, and this is supposed to be Remy coming out of the wall just looking at Anaya after playing a prank, but she can't see him, so she's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I think this was someone's iterator OC, or, because I don't remember any canon iterator having a star on their forehead. I don't remember who it is. I'm very sorry. Cult of the Lamb again. Remy. This was the first drawing of Stykes, where I was like, oh, let's give Remy a partner. Boom. It's not exactly what they look like now. Then initially I was like, what if Remy got trapped in a mirror, because, you know, they're a ghost. Didn't really end up doing anything with this concept. Potential, like, bad ending, / just hijinks that they could get up to. Again, from the Fish AU, these guys. Not this one. This specifically. That's the Dragonfly one. Then I was thinking about the Mouse Who Stole a Cookie books, and I was like, let's draw a mouse person eating a cookie. I think it's a cookie. Then I just drew octopus person looking up. I still like this angle, because I drew octopus person. I was like, draw squid person, but I never ended up finishing it. I drew on the page. No way. We're at May 2023. Oh, okay. My gosh, this recording is so long. This is Griot again. This is supposed to be young Griot. Still about what he looks like now. Still quite like this one. Person with mushrooms. I was doing it. This is the rest of the Yangshi slug cats. This was Spearmaster. This was the water one. Forget the name. This was the tongue one. The monk. Pretty sure. This was the one. I don't know if it was the same one as the one earlier. Where'd it go? As this one? Maybe it was actually. I don't remember. Cove again. I will look over the iterator from down. The iterator. Not iterators. I will look over the slug cats from Downpour, but the correct names of what these guys are supposed to be. Jiangxi character again. Pretty sure this was. I'm right. I know what this is. We're not looking at that. It's really bad. This is near the end of the school year, so I got to draw more. Still like how this hair came out. It's closer to how I draw hair now. Saw this on Pinterest, thought it was cute. Drew someone wearing it, then I thought, what if it has a hood? That was this. Then I decided let's use every color, and I did that. Ball, holding a ball, a sphere. Another one of the characters I randomly doodle sometimes, just like a fae with, inspired by, you know, little skirts that go around the base of a mushroom? Like that. This was some people I met on Skytree Under the Light that I drew doodles. I think this was maybe partially inspired by that mask that Kid Bellows wears in the Owl House. I watched the Owl House. I never really drew anything from it here. I think I drew one thing, but I didn't like it, so I didn't put it in here. I tried out Posca markers for the first time because my little sister got them, so I got to use them. Space person again. Aiden in a cool coat. I watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You'll see later. There's a Casey under there from the movie, but it's kind of spoilers. It's not canon. I don't like it, so I'm not gonna do it. These were initial outfit plans for Remy and Stykes, which is sort of what they look like now, just a little different in terms of Remy's pants and their hairstyles. But other than that, it's pretty accurate. There we go. Mic is back in place. This was just some doodles I did with a pen. and some notes that I had to do for something. So I got this cool pen from a friend. Medusa, I think. Thanks to someone from Splatoon of Light. This was my Pookie did. This was Ant that did it. It was great. Thank you for trading sketchbook pages with me. It was great. So that was them. And I didn't want to directly draw on the other side of the page to damage it. So again, messing around with Posca markers for my little sister. Did that. I tried. This was acrylic markers. So I did that. Under here there is. I think it was something else I did with. Sorry, not acrylic markers. Acrylic paint. This is acrylic paint. I did something else with acrylic paint, but I didn't end up liking it. So this is taped over. I can't show you, even if I wanted to. Just doodles, Spider-Man, except without reference, so I improvised on the colors. This other person that I draw randomly sometimes, don't have a name. Splatoon, Dragonfly person, Anaya with these pants that have like kind of, they're still a belt, but there's like holes on the side. I thought it was cool. I don't think she'd wear that canonically, but I just wanted to draw her in it. And yes, I did discover the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I love them so much. You have no idea. I love, so yeah, a bunch of that, okay, turtles. There's so much. Turtles. There was so much that's not even in the sketchbook. And then also, I watched Spider-Verse when the school year ended, so I think about this time too. So I don't like how I drew Miles Prowler version there, but we have Gwen from both movies. I was testing out the colors here, so I drew Miles with these colors and it was too light, so I redid it here. These are with water-based markers, so that's why they're really patchy. It's okay though. Miles, the spot. I created you. You created me. Spider-Man, why did you create that guy? I don't really know. Cove, Ninja Turtles, Spider-Man. You can sense a theme. Cove, I was testing out the same markers. Ninja Turtle, computer, grammar. That about summed up my thoughts when I was drawing that. Cove, this was like, oh, let me draw every OC I have. Anaya, Kay, Remy, Stykes, I love you guy, Jiangxi, Cove, the fish ones, Aiden, the other one, don't really have a name for them. But there's more, and they don't have designs. This was from Pinterest, this is from Pinterest, this was from Pinterest, this was not. I redrew this myself, but I wanted to keep with the photo theme. Yes, I was trying out alcohol markers again. Post-practice. This was from reference, I think. This was my first attempt at drawing. It was supposed to initially be Remy and Stykes dancing, but I never really finished it. This was with reference. So yeah, reference helps. Trust me, kids. Fish person. His color scheme is more supposed to be pink, but I don't know, I like the blue here. Link Tears of the Kingdom, except this is the wrong hand, I'm pretty sure, because it's this hand, it doesn't make sense, but whatever. Anaya K, because I gave Anaya sort of like a spear, but it forms out of light, and I thought it would be funny if it reacts to her emotions and she's fighting all cool. She sees K and then absolutely melts and turns into a heart, as you see here. And yeah, K can see ghosts. It's a whole thing for reasons. So it's like the ghost is right behind her. Also, her hair is down here because I thought, why not? I always draw her hair up in a bun. What if it's down? Random doodles, planets, notes on said random doodles. I can't see who this is and I don't know who that is. Is there more pages? Did I miss anything? Yeah, more notes, but they're X'd out because I didn't like that. Aiden, I quite like this doodle. I might turn it into a full illustration, but yeah, his main color thing is green, specifically like a bright lime green, and he has a lot to do with plants. Since there's a plant here, although plants in general, but he himself is specifically represented by a cactus, which you'll see more in my other sketchbook. But you drew star zero, my scars, now I'm bleeding. This I turned into another random another random character that I doodled. I did not know it was a Taylor Swift lyric. I just saw it on the lyric on Pinterest and I was like, that's like a cool character prompt. Ninja Turtle, skull thing I think I found from Pinterest. Falling pose, Hollow Knight. Hell's Coming With Me from that song. I don't know who this is supposed to be. Maybe Stykes. Skateboard. Yeah, this is another character. I've drawn him like once another time. I just thought it would be funny what if there's like a noble kind of elf guy with his pointed ears. They're not like the long kind like Link, but pointed ears. And yet he like likes to work in the like forge, like ironsmith kind of thing, and it's just weapon of choice, wrench, just cause. Anyways, he's riding on a broomstick there. I was having fun with my highlighters. This is partially inspired by another one of Ant's drawings. I don't know if they still have it up. I think it was like a sketch they did, but again, this is like 2023. This was inspired by this new shirt and pants I got, so yes, that is me. And then I was having fun with the markers. This spine thing was something I saw on Pinterest, so I put it the rest like that, just drew a character for it. These glasses, can't see it. There you go. It's also something I saw on Pinterest and it made me think of spiders, so I did more. I got some sticky notes here, so I was having fun with them. I paired it with some markers. This was inspired by a character that Drawing with Waffles did in one of her videos. If I can find a specific one, I'll link it, but I'm pretty sure it was one of her sketchbook covers. This is supposed to be a scientist getting pulled away. I don't know how evident that is. Spider-Man! This corset thing in the back, I don't remember if it had wings or not, but that was from Pinterest. So that's what this was. Magic, science. I think this was for shortening. Fox guy. Girl with a lollipop. This is just a lyric from the song Digital Silence. Digital Silence. Yeah. I don't remember who, but I'll put it up. This was the character that I met that was inspired by I Drew Stars, or I Drew Scars. So the idea was that there's another character who kind of like braids their hair back like this and drew the stars, but otherwise they weren't like this. I didn't draw that other character. This was that one that doesn't have lore. Miles. This was, again, I was just having fun with my highlighters, and then I remembered I have a black water-based pencil, so I did that. This was from before I was playing around with the highlighters, so I did something with green. Didn't really end up liking it. Yeah, that's from when I was playing with these highlighters. So I put it behind. I think it was supposed to be Poison Ivy-esque inspired. You can't see, but there's like a vine coming up her arm, which is kind of like making a face at it, like a mix of what's going on and why are you doing this. Quite like this doodle. Yeah, I got some gel pens, so I was trying them out here. That's what this was. I think I redoodled this like digitally after doing this. Maybe this was unconsciously inspired. Well, maybe this one was unconsciously inspired by like the Bee superhero girl from Supergirls. I never really watched that show. I think I like saw an episode or two on an airplane or something. Just some guy flipping a coin. Mikey eating pizza, and then there's Ralph, but his eye got smudged. Casey. These are all 2012. Really fun. More doodles with colored pencils. Oh my gosh. Miles with the one shocked face he made when Dr. Octavius got hit by the bus in the first movie, because I thought it was silly. I don't like that one, so we don't look at it. This was just someone bouncing a pot, I guess. This was from Pinterest. This was not. This was not. I don't like how that face turned out. That's okay. This is Caleb. I can't tell who that was, but I think this was just some sketch of another other person just sitting there. I always think that hanging off the wall poses are pretty cool. Like, yeah, it's a bit uncomfortable to be doing for a long period of time yourself, but I think it's pretty cool. This was like clownfish inspired character. I was having fun with highlighters again. Shark, Miles, spider sense with a spray bottle. It's supposed to be Pikachu inspired. Kinda messed up the proportions, but it's okay. This was Poison Ivy. This was just guitar. This was another character. She didn't have a name here, but her name is Quinn. She kind of becomes a robot lady, and she's really cool. Yeah, I draw her more in my other sketchbook, but I don't have a pinned down design for her. This was one of the Fish People universe persons for after time skip. Oh, this was, I went to see Hades Town with Ant. It was really fun. So this is inspired by that, and I just did it like a, you can see the date. This was just person using magic. This was inspired by the one coral headpiece from Sketching of the Light. Don't know what that is. Highlighters. See, it's the same guy again from before. Same lollipop girl from before. She stole candy. It's okay. I swear she stole it ethically. I think this was just like gas mask and chemistry stuff. I like doing like bottles of potions and chemicals and stuff. I think it's fun. I've seen it a few times. This was a person who is supposed to be like about to like lean out this window stealing this necklace from this lady. This is, well, not a lady, this is a bust of a lady, and this is the necklace that he stole it from. If you look at the first page of my sketchbook, they come back and it's great. So whenever I finish, I post my next sketchbook, which I'm nearly done, by the way. It's the same kind, and I have like this many pages left, you'll see, but they come back. It's like a callback. I like doing callbacks to my other sketchbooks. This is September 11th, 2023. More Spider-Man. I got like a big pack of Hello, My Name Is. So yeah, hello, my name is Neo. That's me. Same guy again, Crass. He's not Crass. I just thought it was a cool word to write. Griot. Stars are my Scars character. This is supposed to be Remy. Don't know who that is. I don't know who this is. Self-love. Yeah, I guess so. I think that's what I was thinking of when I did it. K someone tying K's hair. Don't know what the rest of that was. Miles, I was supposed to color the rest of this. These two, I never ended up doing it. I think this was supposed to be him again. Don't remember. Or maybe, no, this was someone random because I didn't give the right years. I don't know. This is Link but without reference, so it looks kind of bad. This is another very future character, but I don't like how she turned out here. But she has a tiger mask, so I call her Tiger Lady. This was Caleb. This was Kay. Splatoon, trying to use the markers again. This is Martas, green person. This is supposed to be Zelda from Ocarina of Time. So it's Majora's Mask, I guess. This is supposed to be Sheik. Yeah, but they're both from memory, so that didn't really work out. Yeah, because many times when I draw, I'm like waiting for a teacher to come in or in between classes, so I don't have reference because I don't have a device. Hence why you see me saying it so often. Pages here. Stab. I guess this was like, oh, let me draw Remy, like really sharp design, really round design. This kind of looks like gorillas. I didn't know who gorillas was, like what gorillas was when I drew this, but that's interesting. Splatoon, Remy. I did the same pose like 3 times. I was trying to figure it out. And more times. I was trying that. This is just Ko floating around upside down. Remy. And I have right here. Rose. I like the circle letters. It's based off of when Miles does it in the beginning of the first movie. This is Cry without reference, unfortunately. Again, same thing as I said before. Mikey! Yeah, I've watched Rise in 2012, but I found 2012 to be easier to draw, but as you saw earlier, I did draw Rise. And I was in the process of watching 2003. This is supposed to be Pikachu inspired thing again, because I got these like pen sort of things and I was trying them out. Watermelon, because highlighters, and it was fun. Let's see, I was testing out colors. Aiden, his little sister, she doesn't have a name. Splatoon, these are 2 twins. They're not really OCs, but like I've drawn them a few times. So they exist. They have matching flowers and stuff. The flowers are cut out, so if you like put your finger, you can feel that it's higher up. Casey, April from 2012 when her eyes do that white thing. Pretty girl. This random android guy that I draw sometimes. He's very green colored with botanical stuff in his stomach. I don't know, I draw him sometimes. Just a shuriken and someone being like, oh my gosh. Casey. Poses. Hatsune Miku. This was from reference this time. Yay. Anaya, Casey, April with the blank eyes because I think it's cool. This is another person that I draw sometimes. Sometimes they're in the astronaut suit, sometimes they're like a DJ kind of thing here. There we go, dead fish. I think the design is super cool. This was inspired by I think Grotalewski's drawings, and I didn't want to glue it in because I didn't end up finding space. This is the same dragonfly guy. This was the time skip of one of the fish people in universe. Donnie, random thing, hanging off by a sword. Splatoon, except I tried to draw it in a more human style, and I think it ended up looking uncanny. This is same guy. This might potentially happen in a story. I don't know. Also, he's not all sunshines and rainbows. He's like kind of evil sometimes. Anyways, same doodles. I kind of like bones appearing. I know they're not very anatomically accurate, but it's okay. This is reference from someone else's art on Tumblr of how they drew their humanized Donnie, because I was trying to find my style here. I was going through a bit of a crisis. This is Halloween again, yay. This is what Anaya looks like to us, right? To like the viewer, what she looks like to Kay. This is what she looks like to everyone else. So like, not orange eyes, not orange horns, less orange. Yeah. This is just a joke between Remy and Kay. Remy going like, "What do you think of my costume? Don't I look so great?" And Kay's like, "You're literally a ghost. Why do you need a costume?" Anyways, he is not a ghost. He's normal guy. Got turned to a ghost by accident for a little bit, then he becomes back to human. So this is when he's still ghost. Because when he was still ghost, he was Kay's roommate for stuff. She's dressed as a vampire here. He's dressed as a zombie here. So it matches their colors. Even though Kay's more orange, but red, orange. You know, this was like werewolf inspired by scratches, and then like angry mode, I think, because it was Halloween, witch inspired. This was, oh, that's a big crack. One of the fish people again. If you see, there's two characters I mainly pink liked. Gwen, Doodle, same pumpkin person from earlier. I think this was vaguely inspired by that one ghost marriage lady person that pops up in Lavender Town's Unfamiliar comic. I don't know who that is. It's not someone. This was one of the Dragonfly people that took me so long. There is an Adventure Time AU that me and my friends made. It's supposed to be one of my other friends, but it's not, because I knew which character they were, but they didn't make the design yet, so I sort of started making guesses on what they would look like, and this was one of them. Just someone walking. Someone again. Splatoon, I quite like this face. This was April, but without reference. I've drawn her better. This was some of my Hollow Knight thing that because Vessels aren't supposed to speak. If they want to speak, they have there's a spell that's seal that they can use to talk. You can transfer it to others, but you need to know how. And yeah, so Nasir, he doesn't really look like this anymore, but Nasir has one, and he knows how to transfer it, but he gives it to Griot. And so then Griot can talk. But then at one point, Nasir's seal gets damaged, so it doesn't work anymore, so he can't talk anymore. And Griot doesn't know how to transfer it back or how to fix it, so that's a whole problem. Not too sure how to solve it yet. They're good. Your guess is as good as mine on that front. That's gonna happen. I think I was just practicing poses here. This is supposed to be young Princess Bubblegum, because again, Adventure Time AU, but this is her normally. We never ended up coloring it on Instagram with highlighters. This is just a swatch page. I don't know who this was. That supposed to be Anaya? I guess I drew her with long hair here for some reason. Blue person, because why not? That astronaut person. I thought like the fins that kind of come out of your arm here. It's cool, so that's what that was supposed to be. Again, this was Dead Fish, but from the Side Order trailer that I used actual reference. I did colored pencils and little shark Nimona, except it's like shark onesie, because I watched Nimona. I loved it. That was great. This was someone else's character. This was again that what could happen when the whole Nasir's seal gets damaged. Neither of these are my characters, by the way. This was planning for a gift for a friend. I think this was vaguely supposed to be the I love you guy, except like bloody. It was inspired by the red means I love you song, as you can see there. Another little doodle of him coming out of a mail, because the I love you virus was propagated through emails. Poncho like cloak. Yeah, little young Rio again, except slightly less young. Someone else's character again. Swap AU Cove, except I didn't end up drawing his hair, I guess, because I would have done the whale shark here. Rio, yay, and Nasir. Although again, he looks a bit different than that. I guess I never finished that Greer. His poncho cape thing does look different. I'm still figuring it out here. Person with flowers again. Here, I just really wanted to finish the sketchbook, so there's no grand finale. It's just finished. This is like Gijinka attempt at Little Ghost from Hollow Knight. Yeah, we're done. Usually at the end of my sketchbook, this is just like scrap paper stuff that I use that if I ever needed something to test my markers on, I would just grab something from the back there and use it. So yeah, that was my sketchbook tour. I hope you liked it. This video is going to be so long. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at the unedited thing. It's about 50 minutes. But I can give you a little sneak peek of the current sketchbook, which is also very thick. I'll show you the most recent, one of the recent pages. Yippee! We have Aiden, current version. Splatoon, yes, still Splatoon, Cult of the Lamb, and Goat, and maybe like Goat's version of Narinder. Even if it's not Shimura, if it's like a dog with 3 eyes. So yeah, I hope you're going to enjoy it, because this sketchbook tour is coming to you in, yes, I'm still trying to see on Grail, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, in about 9 pages. So I hope you're ready for that. Let's hope I can get through editing nearly 1 hour of content. Thank you very much for watching if you've gotten this far. It is highly, highly appreciated, and I hope you have a good day/night. Thank you for watching. Bye! I swear, if this doesn't work, this is the 3rd time I've recorded this in the past few months, because something is always going wrong.